Hi there. In this video, we will learn how to create an Azure web app in a few simple steps. Azure web apps allow you to host web applications, REST API, and mobile backends. You can develop in your favorite language, be it .NET, .NET Core, Java, Ruby, Node.js, PHP, or Python. Let's get started. Once logged in, click the Create a Resource button. This screen will show the popular resources that you can create in Azure. If you look under the section called Popular Azure Services, you should see a resource called Web App. Click on Create. In this section, we need to configure several settings. Here I am selecting a resource group. I now need to provide a name for my web app. Please note that the name you choose needs to be unique. In this example, I am using the name Web App DBJo. The reason why this name needs to be unique is because the name will be used as the web address. This is so that you can access the web application that is hosted on your web app. In this example, my web address would be webapp.dbjo.azurewebsites.net. I am leaving the default selected for the Publish section as code. I am now selecting the runtime stack. As you can see, we have a fair amount of choices to choose from. For this tutorial, I will be choosing .NET 7. I will now choose UK South as my region. Next, I create an app service plan. The app service plan is the underlying compute and storage for the web app. You can think of it as a web server. I am calling my app service plan DBJo service plan, but feel free to call yours whatever you want, but it needs to be unique. I then click on Explore Pricing Plans. We are presented with several pricing plans to choose from. Azure offers us a choice on how much compute and storage our app service plan should have. For this tutorial, I have opted to go for the basic B1. I then click on the Select button to return back to the previous section. I then click on the Deployment button. I will leave the defaults as they are. But this section, if enabled, would allow us to set up automated deployments of our code using GitHub, which is a little advanced for beginners, and so I will not discuss it in this tutorial. I will then click on the Networking button. I will leave the default settings as they are. I will now click on the Monitoring button. I will leave the default settings as they are. In this section, Application Insights will be enabled. Application Insights will allow you to monitor and gather insights into how your web application is performing. It's a very powerful tool, but that's my simple summarization of it. I then click on the Tags button. I will leave this section as it is. I then click on the Review plus Create button. I am now just double checking that I am happy with all the settings that I have configured for my new web app. Once I am happy, I will then click the Create button. Azure will now start the creation process of our new web app. This process can take a few minutes, so I will be back once this process has completed. I now click on the Go to Resource button. Congratulations! If all being well, you should now have a brand new web app created. I hope you enjoyed this Azure tutorial. Thanks for watching.